for simply asking a question and saying, isn't it Europe that's taking us over? And now what is happening? This is the Antichrist comparatively to our Declaration of Independence. It is the opposite of that. It is a declaration of tyranny over all resources and what humans exhale. Happening now. And Obama is going to sign that stinking treaty. You watch. Now, here it is. Here is George Bush.
Will be an endorsement of a philosophy. I believe in my heart of hearts the victory in 1998 is going to be good for Texas, and that's the most important thing about the campaign.
Shouldn't we abolish the Federal Reserve and the CFR? That's the real reality that none of you will talk about, and most of you are members. That's what's destroying this country, Governor. Don't you stand for America, sir? What about the Federal Reserve and the CFR? You people are being lied to. This country's been taken over by Europe, and I'm being drug out. Laugh at it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you can, if you want to watch that video, it's all over the web. Just Google Alex Jones gets arrested for asking George W. Bush a question. Again, how did I know 11 years ago, what the threat was? The private banking dictatorship controlled by Europe. Because I read their own documents. But now they're openly establishing the world dictatorship, so they have to admit what they're doing but put a spin on it like they're doing it to help everyone. If you will simply warn everyone you know, this can be stopped. And I want to tell the bureaucrats, the enforcers, the corporate minions, the police, something. When you go along with this system, when you violate the Bill of Rights and Constitution, when you hunt the American people, when you think of us as animals, when you're conditioned by television and movies that beating us and tasering us is cute and funny, when you are trained to snatch people's children with no due process, when you are trained to forcibly inoculate the population, you are siding with the greatest evil ever manifested on this planet. I know most of you are good men and women that serve this system. You're compartmentalized. And you need to understand the true cost of what we are facing as a society and as a planet. You need to know and to be told and to be reminded that there is an important choice that you need to make. Everyone listening to my voice must call every talk show they can about the global government takeover. You've got to call every talk show you can about what taxing carbon dioxide will do. You've got to call everyone you know, and you've got to call Congress and tell them, do not ratify this treaty in the U.S. Senate. Do not pass the government takeover of health care that gives these eugenicists control over our lives. They want you dependent on them. Do not let them legalize all the illegals and open the borders up for the North American Union to further bankrupt the states. That's starting now in Congress. We have got to take our states back. We've got to educate our legislatures. We've got to have the states declare their 9th and 10th Amendment just powers over the rogue federal government. We have to just chant with one voice. The government is criminal. The government is illegal. The government has been hijacked by foreign corporate interest. We must get that word out on every hill and mountain and every valley and never stop, because the people are now ready to hear the truth. The people are now ready to awaken. The people were stalled. The people were hamstrung. They were lied to. They were told there is no carbon tax. There is no global government. There is no UN takeover. There is no plan to bankrupt the banks, to bankrupt the country. There is no plan. There is no private Federal Reserve. There is no UN takeover. There is no North American Union. There is no NAFTA superhighway. Just 3 years ago, CNN would do newscasts saying there's no such thing as a Trans-Texas corridor and NAFTA superhighways, even as the federal government announced it and put up billboards. But the flat-out lying, I mean, how dumb do they think you are? How dumb do they think we are? To sit there and tell you there's no North American Union when they officially signed the treaty in 2005. How dumb do they think you are to tell you there's no global government being set up? How stupid do they think you are? I see cars all over Austin driving around with bumper stickers saying Terra Pass. And that's what the global government says. You're going to have an ID card through your national system that tracks all the gas you buy, all the food you buy, everything you buy. And when your carbon credits run out, the taxes only increase. Every item you buy will already have taxes on it. Home inspections, no privacy, total control. Open UN documents about how they're brainwashing all your kids in the schools. As if we needed those secret documents to know that. We see it manifesting. And I see these cars driving along that say Terra Pass. I took a photo of one last Friday. When we go live on TV later, I'm going to show it to the prisonplanet.tv viewers. You will not find better transparency than a Terra Pass. See, it's all about transparency. And you go and buy these from them, and then it says measure your energy usage. And now they have TV shows in the U.S. called Climate Cops, where people go around and make it fashionable and cool and, oh, it saves you money and own electric cars and windmills, all these things that sound reasonable, when at the core it's a police state tracking grid to further bankrupt all the poor families in the country. And then you're going to have CPS assessments, and when you're poor, they're going to take your children. That's in eco-science. Eco-science that I talk about every hour is an 1,100-page blueprint of everything they're carrying out. Your water supply is having over 150 chemicals added, every one of them known to sterilize mammals. It's so deadly, it's sterilizing the fish and amphibians, the frogs and the salamanders. Dallas, Texas, Denver, Colorado. Associated Press has reported they found levels of serotonin reuptake inhibitors hundreds of times higher than what could have been caused by sewage runoff. They're adding it to the water, and the Japanese government and the British government have proposed. I have the CNBC newscast openly putting Prozac in the water. These people don't play games. Your water supply is... Listen to me, you little stupid cops that are on power trips. You think you got power over the people been given to you by the beast to make war on us? Listen to me, fools. You're having your water spiked. You like being effeminate? You like getting bone cancer? You like your kids dying? You listen to me. You're not a real man till you face the horror. And I know it takes a lot to admit we got a psycho murder government running this society that's spiking your water. This isn't a game. This isn't a joke. This isn't a drill. You're living in a 21st century Charlie Manson, Buck Rogers carnal house of charnel death and blood. You're being soft killed. All you Dudley Do-Rights given petty power by the system. You think you're doing good. You think the system's good. Just look around you. It's rotten, stinking death. Society's just rotting and falling apart as they cut off the money, as they cut off the resources, as unemployment surges past 20% nationwide and 30% in California, as the stinking media lies and tells you everything's great. You want evil? You think evil's cute? You think black uniforms are cute? You're going to find out how cute evil is. All of you people that serve darkness are going to be run over by your own system. You're going to be fed head first into a meat grinder, a garbage disposal.